Double-digit second half comeback. Just talk about what fueled it when things looked bleak there. I think they were leading by 13 at one point.
For us, it's just, stay the course. We don't ever lose confidence the whole game. It's a game of runs. You got to realize that. So they made their run, then it was our turn to make ours.
Well, first half too, you guys had your share of runs. You were up by 8 at one point. Darius, Darius Johnson. Let me go to you first. You were top in points, rebounds, and assists for your squad. First of all, good work on that being the young man pulling it off. But what did you see in the first half that you guys kind of grabbed a hold of to make sure you had that control early in the game?
I knew I just had to come out and play with the right mindset and get my teammates involved. I knew I came out and I got scoring a little bit, but I need to get other guys involved in order for us to start getting going.
Let me follow that up with you, Darius Perry. Watching him kind of mature in the past few games, I know that that coach has said that you guys have seen that in practice. What's it like to see it come out on the court, and how fun is it to watch it happen?
We see it in practice every day, so it's not a surprise to me. But you just really proud of him for making that jump that fast. As a freshman, it's hard to come in and play against 22, 23, 24-year-olds. But as a 19, 20-year-old, he's really come in and made the jump pretty fast, and that's good for him.
What do you think kind of sparked that I've seen Darren start hitting some threes. Was that sort of the spark? Did anyone say anything on the bench, or what kind of helped fuel that comeback there at the end?
He just told me at halftime he wasn't going to miss no more. So you already knew what was happening after that.
Do you think the adversity y'all faced at ECU helped y'all today, and how so, if it did?
I think adversity is good. It's just about how you handle it. At ECU, we had a little disagreement in the locker room, but I think that fueled our fire for the second half. And in the huddle, when Tulane went on their little run, we knew that we didn't want to lose any more games, especially not at home. So we knew we had to pick the intensity up and start on the defensive end.
What do you have to do better to not get at that point where you got to make a furious comeback at the end?
Just stay energized the entire time. I think we have points in the game where we lose energy, and teams take advantage of that. So just staying energized the entire time and realizing that we're a very talented team, but talent is not going to win games for us.
This is for both of you guys. I'll start with you, Darius Perry. There would seem to be like that Tulane was adjusting a lot and showing different looks and changing things up. You said this is a game of series and runs. As you guys adjusted to each other, do you feel like that's what caused the runs to happen?
Yeah, of course. In the first half, we kind of exploited some of the things they had going defensively, and then they changed those things. And then the second half, they made their little run, and then we adjusted that we made our run too. So that's just how the game goes for real.
He's not here with us right now, but Bakke coming up with the double-double. How huge was that for you guys on the outside to then kind of work off each other?
I think that was great. Bakke really showed his ass, and he's great. Bakke works so hard, and watching him go get every rebound and every loose ball it's just amazing. I can't explain how proud I am of him, and I just look up to him as a person.
Darius, how much are you just learning this season? I know we've asked you this before, but you started today. You're playing lots of quality minutes against great teams. How much have you learned this year as a freshman?
I've learned a lot. I've been looking up to this guy all year, so he's been teaching me on and off the court, and he's been schooling me on the court. I couldn't ask for another person to look up to.
Talk to Coach a little bit about the dynamic of you two on the court being two ball handlers. What, from your perspective, when you both are on the court, I think you can answer this, by the way. We'll make this a general Darius question, right? When you two are on the court, what extra element do you guys provide when you guys are there together playing?
I think it's just a lot of IQ on the court. He came in with a very high basketball IQ. I would consider my IQ pretty high as well. So, we can always make connecting plays, make the right plays on the court, and then it's really hard to stay in front of both of us. So, we can penetrate and make plays for other people as well as for ourselves. So that's really a big dynamic to have on the court at any time.
In my perspective, I think we're one of the best backcourts in the country, to be honest with you. We're both really scrappy guards, love to play defense, we're going to get up in you, and we're both three-level scorers. So, it's hard to keep us in front of you.
Cool. Talk about that student section. They were giving it to Tulane bad. Did y'all hear how bad it got or how deep they were getting into them?
I feel like we need that every night for real. When we go other places, that's how it is for us. When we was at ECU, it was the same way. I know when we go to Memphis, it's going to be like that. When we was at SMU, it's the same way. So the more they can bring that for us, the better it'll be. Because, as a player, just looking at it from the player's perspective, that does bother you sometimes, when you got fans that just won't let up. just keep being on you every night. Everybody doesn't have that mental toughness to block that out.
I know it's obviously important to you focus game by game of winning, but how much it is in the back of your mind? I don't know, you can look at online and they have projections and you see everything is next 4 out, kind of on that bubble cusp. Is that something you talk about or think about at all?
Not at all. We want to know every day. So every game, want to know, and then at the end of the season, the outcome you want is going to happen if you continue to do that consistently.